Hey everyone, it's Karen. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. I'm happy to have you. In today's video, we are going to be recapping my budget for the last 2 weeks and preparing my budget for the next 2 weeks. So if you are interested in that, I hope you'll stay tuned. Alright you guys, before we get started, we're going to do things a little bit differently today, but before we get started, I am not feeling well, but I do have to get this done because it's my budget, and if this video is kind of choppy, it's because I am like stopping and starting it, or, whatever, because I'm coughing or clearing my throat or blowing my nose, so bear with me, I apologize, but we are going to do things a little bit differently. So last week I had issues with my lighting, and it gets all funky when I have my iPad under the camera lens. So what I have done is I've already worked through my budget. My iPad is over here off camera, but I've already done my budget, so to speak, but I'm going to go through with you guys on my paper budget and walk through it, and hopefully, because I know you guys, or there are some of you who like to hear my thought process and how I break everything down. So I'm going to do my best to do that on my paper budget with my iPad over here off to the side, okay? So I am going to zoom you in just a little bit so that you can see. Okay, so this is my last 2 weeks for my budget. If you're new here, I budget every other week. I budget my income only. I feel like this is all crooked. Hold on, I'm going to see if I can fix that. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. So, as I was saying, if you're new here, I only budget my income. I budget by paycheck, and I get paid every other week. So there may be some things that you don't see on my budget, either because they're not due in the next 2 weeks or because they're paid out of my husband's income. So I just want to preface that or preface this with that. So since I budget per paycheck, I already know what my income is going to be. I already know what my bills are going to be for the next 2 weeks. The only thing that really fluctuates is my variable expenses, my wallet expenses, so to speak, for the next 2 weeks. My groceries, my gas, my eating out, miscellaneous spending, things like that. That's really the only thing that fluctuates, because I already have a set amount that I put to my games and savings challenges, and then again, like, I already know what my bills are. So, hold please. Okay, so for the last 2 weeks, my expenses came in under budget. I had budgeted $300 for groceries, and we spent $183. And again, that's the part of groceries that came out of my income. Some grocery money comes out of my husband's income, but it's not really a set amount or a consistent amount. So I do like to budget $300 for our grocery budget for the next 2 weeks, just in case all of it has to come out of my income. Okay, for fuel, I budgeted $40 and spent $40. For food fun, I budgeted $80 and spent $80. Miscellaneous, I budgeted $60 and spent $25. And then for water, these are my water jugs for our home, for our drinking water, and I budgeted $15 and spent $0. So we came in under budget by $167. And what I do with that money is I roll it over into the next 2 weeks for my games and savings challenges. Okay, so I'm going to fold this over. This is my November calendar of my bills that are coming due. So we are working for our second paycheck of November. It's November 15th. So I'm going to highlight that in blue. Or this blue color. And then with this paycheck, I'm going to pay my phone insurance, the Verizon, which is our cell phone, Southern California Edison, which is our electricity for the home, and then for phone insurance for my daughter. And then my next payday will be on November 29th. So I'm only paying the bills that are coming due between the 15th and the 29th. Okay? All right, so I'm going to move this over here to the side, and I'm going to get out my budget worksheet. And I think you guys can still see, like I said, this is a new format for me, so I don't know how close you guys are going to be. But I think it looks okay on the screen. I don't want to get too close. So I think it's going to be okay. So my payday that we're working on is November 15th. And this budget cycle is going to go from November 15th all the way through November 28th, because November 28th is my last day before my next paycheck. So it's going to go through 11/28. All right. For income, we're going to count me again because it's only my income, and I came in at $16.85. We are going to do rollover money from my weekly expenses last budget cycle, and that was $167. And then we're also going to include here, I call it this and that. And that's just like extra income that I may get from Etsy and or YouTube. And I like to, for my giving on that income, I like to put it here so that I can note it incoming here and then going out in the giving line item on my sinking funds. So that is going to be $30. So this total in my income section totals $1,882. Oops, my pen, I'm running out of ink. Okay, hold please. Okay, I got a new one. Okay, so, oops, let me get my iPad back up here. All right, so my bills are going to be my phone insurance for me. I hope this one's not running out of ink too. Yep, it probably is. So phone insurance for me is $4. And then I have my Verizon, and that's $195. And then I have my Southern California Edison, and that's $172. And then I have phone insurance for my daughter, and that is $10. Okay. I am going to put you guys on hold because I do have to go get another pen because this one is also running out of ink. So I will be right back, okay? Hold, please. All right, you guys, third time's the charm. So my expenses, or not my expenses, my bills rather, total $381. So if I subtract $381 from $1,882, I come up with $1,501. Going over to my expenses, we're going to do $300 for groceries. We're going to do $40 for fuel. We're going to do $80 for food fun, $60 for miscellaneous, and then $15 for our water jugs. And that totals $495. So if we subtract $495 from this $1,501, oh, I'm not even in camera. So we're going to subtract $495 from $1,501, and that's going to leave us $1,006. Okay, so moving on to our savings challenges. I always put aside $100 for Mini Mondays because I budget for 2 weeks at a time, and there's 2 Mondays, and I play $50 each. So that's where that comes from. Same for my Faith Fridays. For my vacation binder, I also am committed to doing $100 per paycheck. We are saving for a vacation to Hawaii next year in October. So I am trying to set aside $100 per paycheck for that. And that vacation binder we do every other week. For my games, I normally put aside $100 for my paycheck for games, but because this is for me, it's a heavier bill cycle, especially with my cell phone and my electric bill. It's a little bit heavier here, so this time I'm only going to put aside $50 for my paycheck. But I also am going to have this rollover money up here for $167. That's also going to be for games. So I'm just going to put games, and then with rollover money, and that's $167. So if I add 167 plus 50, that leaves me a total of $217 divided by 2 weeks for 2 game days, and that's roughly $108. So I think that's good. So this total then is $517. So if we subtract $517 from this $1,006, we are left with $489. Okay, so we are going to go to the next page then. Let's put this here. And we're going to have $489 to work with, you guys, in our sinking funds. My priority section is here. My giving is going to be $168 from my income, $168 plus this $30 from this and that. So that is $198. Next holiday got a really nice bump from my randomizer. If you missed it, my next holiday, my priority binder. So my next holiday got, I had initially put $10 and then another $20, and then from my randomizer we got, we're now at $216 in my next holiday envelope. So we are not going to do that, because I think we're in a good place for right now, especially with this being a heavier bill cycle. So we're gonna skip next holiday. For date night, I think I have about $27 in date night, so we're gonna skip that too. I don't think we're gonna be going on a date between now and the next time I get paid, which is the day after Thanksgiving. Just because I'm not feeling well, so we're probably not going to go out this weekend, and then the next weekend we'll just have to play it by ear, but I doubt it. Anyway, I am going to do, so we're going to skip date night. We're going to do $20 to each of the kids, you guys, on my randomizer for my savings challenges. My kids category got $9. So each of them only got $3 in this last randomizer. I felt kind of bad, but anyways, we're going to give each of them 20. We're also going to put 20 to my dentist, and then month ahead is getting 40. So this section totals $318. Hold, please. Okay. All right, so that totals $318. Going on to my annual sinking funds, we're just going to fund these with the normal amounts. So Auto Club will get 10, Canva is 5, Costco is 7, Dog Tags is 10, Escrow is 15, P.O. Box is 12, Prime, Amazon Prime is 7, Tahoe Tags is 5, Taxes is 15, and Truck Tags are 7. So going back for escrow, this escrow category is in case there is a shortage in my mortgage escrow account. That'll help, you know, alleviate that burden at the end of the year if there's a shortage. And then this taxes for $15 is our tax prep, so that we pay an accountant who helps us with our taxes, and so that's to pay him. It's not a tax bill. So all of my annual sinking funds then total $93. Okay, and then let's see, and then we're going to put $30 to the peppers, and then that's going to be it for my revolving. So if we total, and then long-term is funded through my mini Mondays, and these categories also, some of these categories also got a little bit of a bump in my randomizer as well. So we're not going to do anything here. So this is $30. Okay, so total is 318 plus 93 plus 30 is $441. And then that's going to be from 11:15 through 11:28. Okay, so if we go back here, let's scooch my papers around. So my sinking funds total is, you can't even see, you guys, I'm sorry. So my sinking funds total is $441 right here. So we're going to put that here, $441. So if we subtract that from $489, we're left with a $48 buffer. So I'm going to do right here, 48 in buffer. And then I think I need to calculate how much cash I need to take out of the bank, right? Okay, so I need to take $495 from my expenses. I need to take out $315 for my games and savings challenges. I'm not going to count this $167 because I already have it from my rollover money from my last 2 weeks of expenses. So $350 here, and then plus $441 for my sinking funds. So I'm going to need a total of $1,286 in cash. Let me just make sure. $495 plus $1,250 plus $441. Yes, $1,286 in cash. So I will go ahead and do my my cash breakdown off camera, go to the bank and get my cash, and then we will do a cash stuffing. So I hope that makes sense. I hope you are still getting a kind of a picture of how I do my breakdown. And I know it was kind of a little bit different because I wasn't actually working through it. I already had it worked out, but I think I did a good job of explaining my thought process as to why numbers are a certain way and why I'm funding certain categories. But if you guys have any questions at all, leave those down below. If you're interested in the budget worksheet or the calendars, these are all available in my Etsy shop, which is also linked down below. And that is going to do it for me today, you guys. I hope you like this video. Thank you guys so much for being here and for hanging out with me, even though I'm all nasally and stuffy. And yeah, I just appreciate you guys being here, and I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you guys all next time. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.